of the next executive board. This statement comes from a place of concern and reflection. We will always abide by the democratic process that shapes our federation. However, in light of what happened yesterday's election of the executive board for the new term, some voting decisions carried a weight that went beyond simple election and needs to be addressed. Seeing two of the most impactful members of this federation disregarded for a position they are both capable of and deserve raises an important question about what we are truly voting for and where our democratic process is leading us, especially when one of the candidates went through the first round and received enough support to leave them as the only candidate for the position. This statement is not intended as an accusation, nor as an attempt to assign blame or single out any individual NMO. Rather, it's meant to as a reminder of the responsibility that accompanies each vote and the broader implications that our decisions can carry for the organization and the whole. The positions within the executive board are not only roles of leadership, but also positions that require continuity, preparation, and smooth transfer of institutional knowledge. For this reason, the outcome of this election brings forward an important consideration regarding the potential loss of 6 months of valuable handover and preparation time for one of the Federation's most critical leadership roles. Such transition are essential in maintaining stability, efficiency, and long-term strategic progress within IFMSA. It's also important to recognize that the candidate who remained for this position has demonstrated years of dedication, experience, and proven commitment to this federation. Their journey within IFMSA, the initiatives they had, the institutional knowledge they carry reflect not only on the capability but readiness to continue contributing meaningfully to the federation's future. As delegates to the General Assembly, our role is to help move.
Thank you so much. Your time is up. Thank you, IFMSA Kurdistan.
This state.
One second. Okay. IFMSA Norway, please. You have 2 minutes. Sorry about that.
This statement is delivered on behalf of NMSA Norway, MMSA the Republic of North Macedonia, SMSA Estonia, IMCC Denmark, IFMSA the Netherlands, AMCI Ireland, FIMSIC Finland, and IFMSA Poland. Please raise your voting card if you support this statement. Dear IFMSA family, IFMSA prides itself on being a federation built on equity, diversity, and inclusion. We bring together medical students from many countries, cultures, and backgrounds. Representation is one of our greatest strengths, but representation must also mean safety, respect, and accountability. During this General Assembly, accounts have circulated among delegates regarding incidents that occurred during NFDP sessions, cultural night, the gala, and after party yesterday. The behavior described in these accounts is deeply concerning and has no place in a federation that claims to stand for inclusion and respect. We speak often about inclusion and representation, but speeches are not enough. Goodwill is not enough. When delegates leave events feeling uncomfortable, disrespected, or unsafe, our values are not being upheld, they are being undermined. These concerns cannot remain stories shared in hallways or private conversations. They must lead to concrete action. We therefore urge delegates who have experienced or witnessed these incidents to report them through the Code of Conduct mechanisms so that they can be formally documented and addressed. At the same time, we call on the Code of Conduct Committee to actively gather these reports and ensure that appropriate and concrete measures follow. If IFMSA wants to remain a truly safe and inclusive federation, the Code of Conduct cannot remain words on paper. Rules are not enforced, are not rules at all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So I did receive at least 2 other NMOs I wanted to be on the speakers list. IFMSA Brazil, yes. And then Portugal. Before going to MSI India, anyone else wanted to be on the speakers list? Denem Brazil.
We'd like to be also here from the Zoom.
Could you please state your NMO name?
Sorry, we're from FMS Israel.
Please slow down. What is your NMO name?
We from FEMS Israel.
FIMS Israel.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. The audio here is a little echoey. We can't hear you very well if you speak too quickly. Thank you. Okay. Promise there are other speakers lists. There are other speakers lists. Unless you want to leave this hall. Okay. Okay. MSI India, please. Sorry about that. 2 minutes.
Dear IFMSA family, this statement is on behalf of MSA India, CIMSA Indonesia, BMSS Bangladesh, IFMSA Spain, MMSA Malta, AMSA Philippines, AMSA Ireland, BMVD Germany, LAMSEC Lebanon, Association Tunisia, IFMSA Egypt, and all those who raise their voting cards in support. As we come close to wrapping up the 75th anniversary GA, there are a few things that need to be said. The March meeting was a success because all of us decided to trust each other and come together, because the OC had the dedication and courage to execute it. Most importantly, it succeeded because every one of us here is driven by the same vision and values that IFMSA represents. We have achieved a lot in the last 75 years by the sheer dedication of like-minded medical students from all over the world who were driven enough to come together for something they stand for. Students who believed that collaboration, advocacy, and solidarity could create meaningful change. Their efforts have built the foundation on which this federation continues to grow. However, as we celebrate these achievements, we must also acknowledge something equally important. There are still individuals missing from this room, colleagues who wish to be here but could not join us due to circumstances beyond their control. There are individuals who have worked tirelessly, who have shown dedication and leadership in their NMOs, and who strive every day to represent the voices of medical students worldwide. Yet, despite their efforts, they were unable to make their voices heard in this space this week. To all those who could not join us today, thank you for everything you've done and continue to do. Thank you for your resilience, your commitment, and your belief in IFMSA's vision. We want you to know that your work matters, your contributions are valued, and your voices remain an essential part of this community. As we get ready to adjourn this March meeting today, we should remember that IFMSA is just as much about coming together as it is about ensuring that none of us are left behind. Thank you.
Thank you so much. IFMSA Brazil. Could you raise your voting card so we can give you the mic? Yes, thank you so much. You have 2 minutes.
Carolina Bianchi, she, her. This is a statement on behalf of IFMSA Brazil and every NMO that wishes to raise their voting cards. As we come to the end of this March meeting, I would like to thank the OC, the EB, the TO, and all the NMOs and individuals who worked so hard to make this GA one to remember. Being part of IFMSA is something truly incredible and is a privilege to connect with so many passionate and inspiring people from around the world. As many of you already know, IFMSA Brazil is currently the only NMO in the Federation without voting rights. While we fully respect the IFMSA Constitution and bylaws, we also believe deeply in the importance of being able to represent voices of our students within the Federation that we love and work for. Even without voting rights, we are present in every plenary, watching you all vote, sometimes a little jealously maybe, but importantly, we continue to give our best in every GA, in every session, and in every initiative we take part in. Nothing will stop us from being part of this federation that we care so much about. However, we truly wish to represent the students behind IFMSA Brazil, students who contribute greatly to this federation, but whose voices remain unheard when it comes to decision-making within the federation. So today, with sincerity and respect, we also NMOs who walk this path with us. Please fight with us to overcome this issue that has been harming us, our members' representation for far too long. Reach out to us, share your perspectives, your ideas, and your support. Because at the end of the day, IFMSA is about solidarity, collaboration, and making sure every voice has the opportunity to be heard. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will proceed with ANEM Portugal.
Dear NMOs, this statement is on behalf of ANEM Portugal, SMSA Estonia, IX Catalonia, SFGH UK, IFMSA Spain, and all the NMOs raising the voting cards. This General Assembly marks the 75th anniversary of a federation that renews itself each year in order to maintain outstanding representation of 1.5 million students worldwide. In this context, we aim to address the issue before us, a vacant position for the presidency of the largest student association in the world. Not electing a president comes with some restraints. It's not only a lack of a future figure to guide us, it means that the handover period will be different and rushed. In a context like this, it's time to reflect and to get together. In these times, we must collaborate and we must support a federation that represents us all. IFMSA success is also NMO success, and it's an embodiment of what we are capable of doing together. Let's reflect, let's collaborate, and let's support IFMSA. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And in Portugal, then in Brazil, please, you have 2 minutes.
Dear NMOs, please raise your voting cards if you agree with these statements. As medical students committed to global health, we cannot pretend that health exists in isolation from politics, power, and history. Across the global south, we are witnessing the resurgence of patterns of our regions know very well: imperial pressure, economic coercion, and the normalization of military power as a tool of foreign policy. In Latin America, new tariffs and economic sanctions imposed by the government of Donald Trump have targeted sovereign nations such as Brazil, threatening economic stability and attempting to influence internal political process. These measures deepen inequalities and place additional burdens on societies that are already struggling to guarantee health, dignity, and development for their population. But this is not an isolated situation. Around the world, we see the same pattern: to use sanctions, economic pressure, and military escalation against countries that attempt to pursue independent political and economic paths. We must also recognize the devastating consequences of wars and military operations supported or enabled by the United States. From the ongoing destruction and humanitarian catastrophe of the genocide in Gaza Strip and across Palestine, widely denounced by experts and organizations as a genocide, to bombing and military intervention in parts of Eastern Mediterranean region. These conflicts devastate health systems, displace millions, and normalize violence as a legitimate instrument of international relations. This logic is not new. Latin America knows it as interventionism, many in the global south know it as coloniality, and many scholars call it by the real name, imperialism. For us, as future physicians, these dynamics are not abstract. Geopolitical debates, imperial policies destroy health systems, deepen poverty, displace communities, and normalize violence as a governing principle of global politics. And we must also be honest, global health cannot be separated
Your
from
time
justice.
is up, then in Brazil. Thank you. Please announce a trigger warning or content warning before your statement if it contains any of that. I don't want to be surprised like this, and we've agreed upon verbally that you should do so. Okay. We want to know if there are any of that, okay? Please respect that. Before the next statement, I will just leave 1 minute for members that need to be outside of this plenary hall to make their arrangements. Please give your voting cards back to the CCC at the table. CCC is waving at you. Point of order by the CCC. We do not have quorum. But shall I interrupt? Yes. Oh, yeah, sorry. Okay, that was point of order by the CCC. We had lost quorum momentarily. We gain it back. Thank you. Okay. FIMS Israel, you have 2 minutes for your statement. You may start when you're ready.
Hey everyone, this statement is delivered on behalf of FIMS Israel and reflects our firm commitment to a federation free from lobbying, free from discrimination, and firmly rooted in the universal humanitarian values of medicine. We speak first and foremost as medical students and future physicians, committed to the core principles of our profession: humanity, dignity, naturality, and the protection of life. Medicine does not recognize borders, ethnicity, religion, or political identity. Our profession obligates us to stand with civilians, minorities, and all vulnerable communities whenever they suffer. We mourn the victims of violence across the Middle East and beyond. We acknowledge the suffering of minority communities that are suppressed by extremist regimes and governments that lead to instability on the global level. Over the past few years, we witnessed the human consequences of those radical bodies, trauma, grief, and long-term physical and psychological suffering. We as medical students must advocate for patient rights and global health in the most professional and non-biased way. At the same time, we affirm a core principle: IFMSA must remain a space in which there is always room for non-political professional cooperation as well as our mutual humanity and all of our pain. Our federation was built to advance global health, medical education, public health advocacy, and human rights, not to import geopolitical conflicts into our shared platform as it happened right now. Our goal is clear: to build a generation of physicians who choose cooperation over division, ethics over ideology, and humanity over extremism. We aspire to a world without war, where medicine leads the path toward healing not only bodies but societies. We call upon our colleagues worldwide to preserve IFMSA as a safe professional space free from discrimination, political campaigns, and hostility, and to recommit to our shared mission: improving health and defending human dignity everywhere. It was an honor to me to talk not only as an Israeli, but also as
Thank you so
part of
much,
the Arab.
FIMS Israel. Your time is up.
Thank you.
2 minutes is up. That is the end of the speakers list. That is the end of the speakers list. Please approach the CCC table if you want your voting card back. Please regain your seats quietly and quickly. Log in into Nemo Vote. Once again, voting cards are at CCC's table. Log in to Nemo Vote. This is a kind reminder for everyone that has a statement that you need to send it in the NMO server and QR code so that we keep your statements in a safe place within the minutes. Please also let us know which plenary you spoke what statement. It is important so that we reflect what happened in the plenary. This will also help NMOs to read your statement beforehand and show their support by raising their voting card when they hear you. It's a win-win situation. Okay, so the speakers list has been closed. We will proceed. We have agenda item number 35, presentation of the IFMSA General Assembly August meeting 2026 in Astana, Kazakhstan. May I ask the NMO or organizing committee to please approach the front so you can give the presentation. Hello.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Do I have to stand here? Yeah. So, hi everyone, my name is Kurmet, I'm from Kazımsay, Kazakhstan. I am part of OC for August meeting 2026, which will be held in Astana, Kazakhstan. It is a great pleasure for me to speak with you today about one of the most exciting upcoming moments for this year and the August meeting in Astana, Kazakhstan. First, let us talk about the host country. Kazakhstan is a fascinating nation that sits at the crossroads between Europe and Asia. It's known for their landscapes, rich cultural heritage, and rapidly developing cities. Astana, the capital, represents the modern face of the country with its futuristic architecture, wide boulevards, and innovative institutions. It is a city that symbolizes progress, ambition, and international collaboration. Our meeting, you can go next. Yeah, next. Next. Yeah. So this is our OC team. This is our OC team. You can see that. And also we will send you invitation letters soon, which you can introduce our OC team. Next. 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 So logistics. What about logistics? So first of all, we're renting almost like over 40 buses to make sure that you be able to come from airport to the hotel safely. So it will be like provided on the 1st of the August, which is welcoming day, and the 7th of August, departure day. Or if you're coming earlier or later, we will provide you like taxi or buses, which is very cheap. From like the price is almost like from 5 euros to 10 euros maximum from the airport to the venue. Also, you can go next. Yeah, and this is apps, so which you will see in the invitation letter. You can go next. So what about visa? Kazakhstan is like visa-free country for most of the countries from Europe and Asia. But anyway, if you will have like, if you require visa, you can, if you require visa, we will send you directly from our Ministry of External Affairs, so to make sure that you'll get, everyone get their visas. So nobody will have the problem with it. So you can see the list of the countries that will can like visa required and visa free. You can go next. Go next. And venue accommodation, the most interesting, the most important part, I believe. So it will be held in Nazarbayev University dormitory and also hotel, which is at the same place. So you don't have to go like from different areas. So just only like 2 minutes walk from venue to the accommodation. So second of all, and Nazarbayev University is a research-oriented university founded in 2010 in Astana, the capital city of Kazakhstan. So it will be held in the same place. You can go next. Accommodation. Participants will be accommodated in the one campus dormitories in Nazarbayev University. So the maximum size of the people per room will be like 4. So you will be accommodated like from 2 to 4 people maximum in the one room with his own private bath and access to kitchen. Next one. Oh, this is the venue. Will be like main plenary will be held. It's so it is for like 700, almost 1,000 people. So you can go next. So this is the like where sessions will be held in. We have 7 different session rooms for every standing committee and no management and plenary team. So accommodation will, this is how rooms will be look like. So this is like the hotel, how it looks, and this is the dormitory. And yeah, it's kind of pretty big. So you'll all get like, we're trying to give it the best. So so to make sure that everyone will be comfortable in it. You can go next. So this is the prices. Its early registration will be closed in May 1 and late registration will be closed at 15th of May. So this is the list of the prices. You can go next. And meals. We provide a well thought out balance in 3 meals format: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For the duration of the General Assembly, it will be buffet format. So all dishes are prepared from fresh and high quality ingredients, and hot items are served in the terminal cabinets to maintain optimal temperature. Also, we'll be providing catering, so you will all get like fresh and delicious warm food. Sorry. So I'm sorry. So meal options will include halal food because Kazakhstan is like mostly Muslim country, but it's not religious, but it's like most of the populations are Muslim. So we provide halal food, vegan and vegetarian options, balanced and nutritious choices, a wide variety of international and local dishes, tea, coffee, and juice will be available without limitation during the meals. Yeah. So this is our like national food looks like. So we'll be like, you know, a lot of options, and also we will provide a lot of like types of food. So maybe you will meet your food. If you miss your food, we will provide you, which we will try to give you the, if you miss it, right? Next one, please. So this is the price in Kazakhstan. It's pretty cheap. Like the water is like only like 0.5 euros. And so, yeah. So average lunch at like not fancy one will cost like from 5 to 10 euros. Yeah, so that's fine. Let's go. And the post general assembly will provide 2 options. You can go to different like to different cities. The first one will be provided in Burabay National Park, which is like 250 kilometers away from Astana. It's like 5 or 4 hours by bus. It's how it will look like at the first picture, right? And we will provide 5-star hotel for you there, Burabay National Park. So yeah, you can ride horses, you can take a boat, you can do whatever you want to do. So yeah, the next one. And oh no, the previous. Yeah, and the second one will be Almaty. Is the biggest and cultural center of Central Asia. So it's surrounded by mountains. You can go to mountains, you can do hiking, and also we'll provide tours for you to Korsai Lake, Canyon, Sharon Canyon, and yeah, you can go to the next one. Next one. Yeah, so this is how accommodation will look like for Post J in Boravoye. It's hotel called Windham Boravoye, 5-star resort hotel located near National Park. So it will be probably like 2-3 people per room. The next one. And also transportation, you have to take flight or train on your own to Almaty city because it's kind of like a pretty big like the difference between the cities, because if you want to take train, you have to be on a train for 24 hours. So maybe you should take a flight. So yeah. Yeah, so this is the like activities that we provide and also more. So this is like the basic ones: Korsai Lake, horse riding, morning hiking, and Tugarenik, Almaty Museum of Modern Art, Skandy Lake, Sharon Canyon. You can Google it. You can see how it's beautiful. So we can go next. So we will visit all of this. Go. So this is venue for Almaty. It's Hotel Kazakhstan. It's 4-star hotel in the center of Almaty. You will be provided like 2-3 person same. Next one. Can we go next one? Is it all? Yeah, okay. So, oh my God, I'm kind of like nervous. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Honestly, honestly, it's such a big honor for us to host this kind of like big event in Central Asia, especially like with no experience, and we're like kind of young in front of other, like among the other NMOs. It's only 14 years for our organization, but it's the first like this kind of big event that we're hosting. So we're kind of nervous, and we're putting every effort. We're getting like the support from our government, everything to make sure that you will get the like the best at everything. So yeah, and for us, for organization committee, at the first place is your environment, to make sure that you will be safe, to make sure you will be heated, warm, and
Yeah, anyway, we will wait for you guys. So that's it. No, that's it.
Thank you so much to the organizing committee and KazMSA Kazakhstan. We have received a request to open a speakers list. This is IFMSA TO. Anyone else wanted to be on the speakers list? ASEMCOL Colombia, NMSA Norway, IFMSA Quebec. Anyone else that wants to be on the speakers list? Okay. We will proceed once we get some silence.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, TO, please. You have 2 minutes.
Dearest NMOs, we would like to extend our sincere appreciation to IFMSA Kazakhstan for the efforts invested in preparing the upcoming August meeting. Organizing a meeting of this scale requires dedication, coordination, and a commitment to the Federation. And we are very grateful to the work and energy that the team has put into make this gathering possible for all of us. Hosting this meeting in Asia Pacific region is particularly meaningful for IFMSA. It has been years since the Federation has held a meeting in this region, with the last one taking place in India. Bringing the August meeting to Kazakhstan therefore represents an important milestone, not only for the region, but for the entire Federation, creating new opportunities for the engagement, accessibility, and representation for members who may not be always have the chance to attend the meetings in other parts of the world.
We are truly looking forward to seeing our members there and to continue the conversation, collaborations, and friendships that define our global community. At the same time, this moment is also a reflection of the Federation's growing commitment to equity, diversity, and inclusion. With Kazakhstan hosting the August meeting and Rwanda preparing to host the next March meeting, we are taking tangible steps towards a more representative and inclusive IFMSA. IFMSA TO 2526. Thank you.
Thank you so much. ASEMCOL Colombia, 2 minutes, please.
On behalf of Sasencol Colombia, IFMSA Quebec, we would like to raise a concern regarding the conditions and organization of this event. Throughout this GA, we have experienced multiple organizational difficulties, delays in the agenda, logistical challenges, and conditions that many of us feel do not reflect the level of professionalism expected for an event of this scale. As delegates, we made a significant commitment to be here, both in time and in financial resources. For some participants, attending this GA has meant expenses of more than 800 euros. With that level of investment, it is reasonable to expect conditions that are adequate, respectful, and conducive to meaningful participation. However, many of us have had to endure situations that fall short of that expectation, including having to sit through sessions in cold rooms and facing repeated delays that affect the well-being and productivity of delegates. I would like to ask the delegates present here to reflect honestly. Do we truly feel that this is a dignified environment for what may be the first GA experience for many members of our federation? For many participants, this is their first contact with IFMSA as a global level. The experience they have here will shape how they perceive our federation in the future. That is why the quality of the event, the respect for delegates' time, and the basic conditions provided are not minor details, they are essential. This statement is not meant to attack the organizers, who we know have worked hard under challenging circumstances. However, acknowledging these issues openly is necessary if we want to improve future GAs and ensure that the experience reflects the values and standards that IFMSA aims to uphold. We owe it to our members, to the delegates present here, and to those who will attend future GAs. Thank you.
Thank you. NMSA Norway. Okay, excellent. You have 2 minutes.
Hello? Yeah. All right. This statement is delivered on behalf of NAMSA Norway, SWIMSA Switzerland, SIMSA Indonesia, FMS Taiwan, ZIMSA Zimbabwe, MISAKI Kenya, IFMSA Quebec, IFMSA Peru, IFMSA Algeria, LEMSA Libya, and any NMO raising their voting card in support of this statement. Dear Executive Board, dear IFMSA family, a safe and supportive GA is fundamental to the spirit of IFMSA. Delegates must be able to participate in conditions that protect their health and safety and allow them to engage fully. First, we would like to express our sincere gratitude to the OC. Hosting a GA requires months of preparation and immense effort, and we recognize the dedication required to organize a meeting of this scale. We also acknowledge that organizing a GA in a country like Denmark comes with a significant financial and logistical challenges. However, we must raise serious concerns about the conditions delegates have experienced during this GA. Several of our delegates developed significant health issues during this meeting. The venue and accommodation have been extremely cold and dusty, and despite repeated feedback on the temperature, the situation has not improved. Furthermore, the distance between the venue and accommodation is far, and the agenda ended at midnight many times. As a result, multiple delegates became ill and several required hospital care. We raise these concerns not to assign blame, but because the well-being of our delegates must be a non-negotiable priority of this federation. A GA cannot function as a space for meaningful participation when delegates' health and basic needs are compromised. We therefore call on the Executive Board, together with future OCs, to establish and uphold clear, concrete minimum standards for General Assemblies and to ensure that OC receive the financial and logistical support necessary to meet these standards. Delegates should never have to compromise their health to participate in the work of this federation.
Thank you so much. Your
Thank
2
you.
minutes are up. Thank you. IFMSA Quebec, you have 2 minutes, please.
This statement is on behalf of IFMSA Quebec and any MMO lifting their voting cards in support. While we recognize the significant efforts made by the organizing committee to host this GA and understand that the high cost of living in Denmark is outside of their control, we must address several critical issues regarding the conduct and condition of this event. Our primary concerns involves disrespectful conduct exhibited by members of the OC. We must remind the committee that no always means no, and consent and boundaries must be respected in every interaction. Not respecting this is entirely unacceptable. Furthermore, we are deeply concerned by the lack of cultural and religious sensitivity shown to our participants. Providing ham and cheese sandwiches for iftar and instructing Muslim delegates to simply remove the ham is not acceptable accommodation. This disregard was further compounded by unannounced schedule changes and failure to respond to the needs of delegates who require time for Friday prayers. The physical environment and logistical failures have also compromised the well-being of delegates. The lack of adequate heating at the venue is a risk to our health. In addition to these failures, the significant delays in scheduling and poor organization necessitated disruptive changes of venue in the middle of the day. This directly impacted the CB plenary, which was unable to proceed according to full proper procedure. We find it unacceptable that the chair of this plenary instructed delegates to limit direct negatives and rushed through DBCPs even when points of orders were raised regarding incorrect numbers in the documents provided to delegates. Such actions disregard proper procedure and
and raise serious questions about whether the plenary and its subsequent votes can be considered valid. Delegates should never be pressured into compromising the health, boundaries, or religious obligations to respect the students of their NMOs. We expect and deserve conditions that respect our time, our limits, and our efforts for being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With this, the speakers list is now closed. We proceed. Okay. Agenda item number 36. Adoption of the report of the Financial Committee. We have received no submissions. Agenda item number 37. Adoption of financial reports from past terms. We have received no submissions. We want to open a speakers list. VPF would like to be on the speakers list. Anyone else wants to be on the speakers list? No? Okay. In this case, VPF, please, you have 2 minutes.
Dearest national member organizations, this statement is issued to provide an official update regarding the status of the Federation's financial reporting, serving both as a vital resource for our NMOs and as a necessary step in strengthening our institutional memory. Much like the minutes of our GAs, provide a detailed record of our legislative progress. Comprehensive financial reports are essential to ensuring the long-term transparency and historical accountability of IFMSA. In this regard, I would like to inform you that the financial reports for the terms 2016-17, 2018-19, 2024-25 have been completed and are currently available for consultation on the IFMSA website. Please be advised that while these documents are finished and accessible, they remain pending official confirmation and the final auditing process. We believe that making these reports available at this stage is a responsible measure to keep the Federation informed while we await for a formal conclusion. As for the remaining fiscal years, the corresponding reports have either not yet been located with our archives or are still in the process of being finalized and audited. We remain fully committed to the diligent management of our financial records, and we will continue working to complete our historical timeline to ensure a stable and transparent future for the Federation. Warmest regards, IFMSA VPF. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will then move on. A point of information by Medicine Sudan. Could we please provide a mic for Medicine Sudan?
Rifat Medicine Sudan him. We would like to ask why there were no submissions in the adoption of financial committee report, even though the financial committee has been elected and they have been working for the past 5 days.
SAPCO, this is point of information.
This was discussed during president sessions this morning. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We will move on. Okay. Agenda Anem France. This is a point of information by Anem France. Could we please give the mic to Anem France? The mic is coming.
Can we get a clarification on the question that was asked by Medicine Sudan? Because some of us, even though we're here at the president session, didn't really get why there is no submission.
So I do not want the plenary to be a discussion space. Things should have been discussed at the president's sessions. If you would like to have a speakers list, we could open that. IFMSA Subco.
Point of information, IFMSA VPM.
Some silence in the hall. This is from IFMSA TO? No?
VPM.
VPM?
Yes.
This is what?
Point of information.
Point of information by the VPM.
And today, during president sessions, it was mentioned that the supervising council did not submit the motion despite the deadline. We will figure out the reasons why and come back to you. Thank you.
With that being said, we are proceeding. Agenda item number 38, adoption of amendments to the budget 2025-2026. We have not received any submissions. We shall proceed. Agenda item number 39, changes to the status, opening and closing of standing committees and task forces. We had received no submissions. Okay. Next. Agenda item number 40. Any other business? Please note that as per the adopted hybrid GA guidelines that was tabled for adoption and passed in plenary 1, statements in this specific agenda item may be of maximum 5 minutes. If you do have a trigger warning, content warning, you have to declare it before you speak so that people may leave the hall if they do not want to listen to it. Please respect that. Thank you. Did we have any speakers list? IFMSA VPM and IFMSA TO? I can't give you 3 times. Okay, so cease. There will be more speakers after. Do you still want to do this one later? Okay. Okay. This is a general one. So who wants to be on the general speakers list in the any other business section? Then in Brazil, please note that I will open another one if there are trigger warnings. So if there are trigger warnings, you're not in this speakers list. Okay, this is a general speakers list once again. General speakers list. No trigger warning allowed. Anyone else would like to be on this general speakers list? No. Okay. So, Dinem Brazil, maximum 5 minutes, please.
Dear IFMSA colleagues, first of all, I want to sincerely thank all the NMOs for the trust you have placed in me. Being elected to serve in the subco of IFMSA is a profound honor, and I deeply appreciate the confidence that this federation has given me to contribute to safeguard our constitution, our bylaws, and the decisions that we collectively built in this space. This is one of the most difficult statements I personally have ever had to write and deliver. Not because a lack of words, but because moments like these remind us that leadership in IFMSA is always about transitions, about passing responsibilities forward while remaining committed to the values that brought us here. At the end of this plenary, I will also be stepping down from my role as NMO president in order to assume the position in the Supervising Council without any conflict of interest. This is not only a procedural step, but a demonstration of institutional responsibility that our federation demands. Roles change, but commitment to IFMSA remains. Serving as NMO president has been one of the greatest honors of my life. It has allowed me to witness the power of student organization, the strength of collective decision-making, and the beauty of international solidarity. Coming from Latin America, from a region where student movements have historically been engines of social transformation, I carry with me the belief that students are not passive observers of history. We are active builders of it. Officially, over the past 40 years, plus 13 hidden under a dictatorship government, the name Brazil has always believed in this spirit. We believe in student struggle, in solidarity among people, and in the responsibility that future health professionals have towards justice, dignity, and the defense of life. And I want to reaffirm today that our NMO will always remain open to this struggle, to defending people, to strengthening student voice, and to build a more just and equitable world through health and education. We congratulate IFMSA for its 75th birthday, and remember that it's not only an organization, it is a space where young people from different realities come together to imagine and construct something greater than ourselves. And it is precisely this diversity of regions, perspective, and experience that make our federation strong. I would also like to express my sincere gratitude to the OC for the courage, dedication, and patience in making this event possible here in Denmark. Organizing a General Assembly is never easy, and your work made it possible for all us together debate, disagree, and grow together as a federation. To all of you, thank you for the trust you have placed in me. I will carry this responsibility with seriousness, humility, and a deep respect for the democratic process that define IFMSA. And throughout my role within the Federation is changing, my commitment to the values that unite us will remain exactly the same. Thank you very much.
Thank you. This speakers list is now closed for the general topics. Now, this is a speakers list with trigger warnings. This is IFMSA VPM. What is the content? Conflict and war. Any other speakers? SMSA Estonia. What is the content? War and displacement. UMSA Ukraine. War and sexual violence for UMSA Ukraine. Okay, IFMSA Kurdistan, what is the content? Conflict. Anyone else wants to be on the speakers list with trigger warnings? Medicine Sudan, what is the content? War and? What is between war and displacement? Famine. Famine? Okay. War, famine, and displacement. IFMSA LRA, what is the content? Sexual violence. Anyone else wants to be on the speakers list? Okay. So we will follow this order. I will not make any changes to this order, which means if you have something, if you would like to step out, knowing that this is the content of the trigger warnings, please do so. I will give you 30 seconds if you would like to step out. Okay. IFMSA VPM.
Can I have point of information beforehand?
I couldn't hear you, sorry.
Point of information before that?
There is a point of information by the VPM.
Kind reminders to everyone that is in this building during the duration of especially the speakers list, at absolutely no point, no videos, no photos of anyone. Please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Please respect that. Okay. Please, IFMSA VPM, you have maximum 5 minutes.
Thank you. We, the people of the United Nations, determined to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war, which twice in our lifetime has brought untold sorrow to mankind, and to reaffirm faith in the fundamental human rights, in the dignity and worth of the human person, in the equal rights of the men and women, and of the nations large and small. This was the United Nations Charter, which was adopted in 1945 in the dream and hope of a united world. As we approach the end of this General Assembly, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge something that is easy to forget when we're immersed in debates, amendments, motions, and discussions. Our federation does not exist in isolation. It does not exist in a bubble. Outside the walls of this meeting, the world continues to move, and for many of our members, it moves under circumstances of unimaginable difficulty. Across our federation, medical students and young people are living and studying in the shadow of conflict and instability. From Gaza to Ukraine, from the Democratic Republic of Congo to Sudan, from Syria to Lebanon, from Yemen to Somalia, from Ethiopia to Mali, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, and Colombia. Many of our communities represented within this federation continue to face profound challenges. Behind every delegation name, behind every flag that we see in this room, there are students, families, patients, and communities whose realities extend far beyond these plenary halls. The federation we built here is therefore more than an organization. It is a community that brings together individuals who believe that health, dignity, and humanity should transcend borders, politics, and conflict. In moments like this, it is important to remember that solidarity is not only expressed through statements, policies, or resolutions. It is expressed through the way we treat one another, through the respect we show for different realities, and through the compassion we carry into our conversations. For some among us, those conflicts are not distant news headlines. They are part of daily life. They shape their studies, their careers, their families, and their futures. And yet, despite these realities, they are here with us. You are contributing, engaging, debating, and building this federation with us. That in itself is a powerful reminder of why IFMSA exists. As future physicians and global health advocates, we carry a responsibility not only to our profession, but to the principles of humanity, dignity, and peace that underpin it. Let us therefore leave this meeting not only with new policies, projects, or plans, but also with a renewed awareness of the diverse realities within this federation, and with a stronger commitment of supporting one another. Because IFMSA is not defined by what we do within meetings, it is defined by you, by the people who make it, and the solidarity we choose to show for each other. For the friends that became family and a dream for a better life, yours in forever solidarity, IFMSA VPM. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Once again, I remind you that this is a speakers list with trigger warnings listed on the slides here. We have finished the first speaker. We're going to the second. If this is a trigger warning that you do not want to stay and listen to, please make your way out. Okay, SMSA Estonia, 5 minutes maximum.
Dear NMOs and IFMSA team of officials, this statement is on behalf of STMSA Estonia, YUMSA Ukraine, ALAM Luxembourg, SISM Italy, LIMSA Lithuania, DENEM Brazil, IFMSA Poland, CROMSI Croatia, FIMSIC Finland, IFMSA Czech Republic, and all those who raised their voting cards. We wish to draw your attention to the severe and ongoing humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. In 2014, Russia annexed Crimea. In 2022, Russia launched a full-scale invasion on Ukraine, starting one of the deadliest wars in Europe since World War II. This is not simply a conflict or a special military operation. This is a full-scale war. According to the United Nations sources, since 2022, Russia has committed tens of thousands of alleged war crimes, more than 15,000 civilians have been killed, and over 19,000 Ukrainian children have been forcefully taken from their homes and deported. This winter has been one of the coldest on record. Massive attacks on Kyiv's energy infrastructure on January 8 left hundreds of thousands of households, businesses, and schools in the capital without power, with temperatures dropping as low as minus 19 degrees Celsius. We grew up with the horror stories from World War II and swore to never let them happen again. We have failed to uphold that promise for Ukraine and so many others. The scale of displacement is equally alarming. By September 2025, millions have been displaced. Around 6 million Ukrainians remain refugees abroad, while millions more are internally displaced. Hostilities have forced families to flee repeatedly. People were evacuated from frontline areas in 2025, while vulnerable populations remain trapped in dangerous areas. These numbers are not just statistics. They represent patients without access to care, children without schools, and communities stripped of their basic dignity. The humanitarian needs are growing faster than the resources to meet them. Without sustained funding and unhindered access, life-saving interventions including trauma care, mental health services, winter heating assistance, and support for people with chronic illnesses will fall short. We call upon our NMOs to speak up and take action, advocate for the protection of civilians and health personnel and infrastructure, support humanitarian access and funding, welcome and assist displaced Ukrainians by advocating for policies that protect refugees' rights, raise awareness among medical students within our NMOs. Peace to Ukraine.
Thank you so much.
We said in the Hydrogen guidelines, we will not provide any additional supports for statements. I'm sorry.
Okay, we have reached the third speaker on our list. Please Look at the trigger warning attached next to the speaker. Make your way out if you do not want to listen to this. Okay. Ukraine, you have 5-minute maximum.
Okay. Um, I never really know how to start these statements, and I think I'm doing these statements always very bad, and I'm not sure that it's possible to do it well because my hands are shaking, legs are shaking, and everything. And I also didn't know whether I should prepare slides because often I'm asked not to show them because they are very sensitive, and it only makes the pain stronger. And the truth that if even we have 100 of slides, it would be still be impossible to include all the crimes against humanity that have happened during the Russian war in Ukraine. In 2014, I lost my home for the first time. Then 2022, constant missile attacks, during which you have to choose whether you want to sleep or you whether would stay alive. Critical infrastructure was destroyed, which meant no electricity and no heating when it was minus 20 Celsius, and sometimes even no communication at all. We learned how to live with it. It's true, but we bought the diesel generators, invectors, but imagine the morning after the another missile attack, the city covered with the smoke from the strikes, the air filled with the smell of the fuel, and hundreds of diesel generators running just to keep us warm. I love coming here to meet my peers and like-minded people to feel a normal life of use. Our life at home has turned into the sensitive content, and nobody asked us if we are ready for that. For us as adults, it's often difficult to show the emotions. So I wanted to show you a video with my little brother who has the PTSD after the occupation in Hostomel. And when I was thinking about that video and about everything what was discussed in this house today, I want to tell you a small story, a story I will probably never tell to my little brother. It's a story about war crimes and rape and the death. When the war began, I was 18 years old, just like my neighbor Nastya, but I managed to leave the occupation a few hours earlier. Otherwise, I might have been on her place. Nastya was tortured by Russian soldiers until she died from bleeding. Her body was abused even after the death in front of her relatives. Rape is brutality without any shadows. But I always try to end the statements on the positive note by thanking to all people around us, the people we love and those who love us. This year, for the first time, members of another NMOs from IFMSA came to Ukraine as guests, and I'm really happy to know that, and it gave us strength to continue moving forward and reminded us that we are doing well and we just need to keep going a little longer because we will stand for our right to live until the very, very end. And I will ask you not to applause and just keep silence for 1 minute. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is once more a reminder to please not take any pictures or videos of these statements. Once again, we are in a trigger warning speakers list. Please look at the content warnings that we have attached next to each speaker. We are now at the fourth speaker. If the content is something you do not want to listen to, please, you have all the rights to not be in this hall. And I will leave a few seconds for you to go out if needed. IFMSA Kurdistan, you have 5 minutes maximum.
Okay, thank you. Banaz from IFMSA Kurdistan. Dear IFMSA family, this statement is on behalf of all members of IFMSA Kurdistan and every Kurdish medical student. As we reflect on the conclusion of another General Assembly and the many achievements and collaborations that came with it, we are also reminded of the difficult realities unfolding beyond these halls. For the entirety of the 7 days that the Kurdish delegation has been here in Copenhagen, many of us have been living with constant worry. While attending plenaries and discussions over phones, have rarely left our hands as news continues to reach us that Kurdish regions are becoming targets of violence and that tensions across several EMR regions are escalating. With every notification, there is a moment of fear as we check whether the explosions are near our neighborhoods or homes or our families. Being here representing our community while knowing that our loved ones are facing uncertainty and danger back home carries a weight that is difficult to put into words. And I'm sure we're not the only ones. History reminds us that silence enables atrocity. Autonomy, human rights, and minority protections do not disappear overnight. They are dismantled piece by piece through violence, deprivation, and indifference while the world looks away. We share this not to overshadow the achievements of this General Assembly, but to remind our FMSA family that behind every delegation are real people, real homes, and real families waiting for them. For many of us, the past week has been a mixture of pride in representing our region and deep concern for the safety of those we love. At this moment, our delegation and the EMR region delegates are also trying to find alternative ways to return home, as the airspaces over multiple cities are currently closed. Many delegates remain uncertain about how or when they will be able to reach their families, as the available travel options do not lead directly back to our cities. In moments like this, grief feels inevitable. And yes, what is happening around the EMR region is heartbreaking and deeply unjust. But this is not the time to dress only in black and mourn in silence. This is the time to represent, to wear, to speak, to exist loudly. This is how we defy hatred and attempt to vilify an entire people. This is how we prove that solidarity does not require hostility. This moment reminds us of the responsibility we carry as medical students, youth advocates, and future leaders of our communities. Even in uncertainty, we remain committed to standing for our people, supporting one another, and carrying the weight of that responsibility with dignity. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We are now at the fifth speaker on the list. Please, once again, look at the trigger warning. If you do not want to be in the room during this time, you may leave. Medicine Sudan. 5 minutes total, please.
Dear IFMSA family, 7 months ago, we stood in this very space at August meeting 25, and we begged you to listen. We told you about a war that had already stolen 2 years of our lives. We told you about famine, about siege, about a world that refused to look. Today, we come back to you, and we have to tell you it's much worse. What we feared then has now come true in the most horrific way imaginable. In October, the Rapid Support Forces militia completed its takeover of Al-Fashir, the capital of North Darfur, the last city that was holding back in the tide. And what followed is not a war. It's annihilation. On October 26, the RSF stormed The RSF stormed the city after an 18-month siege. They went house to house. They went from hospital to hospital. At the Saudi Maternity Hospital, the only one still functioning, they did not spare the sick. They did not spare the pregnant. They did not spare the newborns. More than 460 patients and their companions were reportedly shot and killed inside. We need you to let we need you to let we need you to let that sink in. 460 people seeking care were murdered in their beds. But it did not stop there. Satellite imagery analyzed by Yale University showed RSF vehicles moving through residential neighborhoods in tactical formations, not for battle, but for clearance, house to house, block by block. Images show objects the size of human bodies on the ground. Pools of blood the size of districts were seen through the satellite. The UN Human Rights Office now estimates the death toll in Al-Fashir could be in thousands, possibly more. We told you 7 months ago that famine had been declared. We told you that people were starving, but we did not know that we did not know then that Al-Fashir would become graveyard. We did not know that the world would let this happen again. The same patterns, the same militias, the same ethnic cleansing that Darfur suffered 20 years ago, playing out once more while cameras were turned on, yet eyes were turned away. And let's be clear again, this is not a civil war. This is a campaign of genocide, carried out by militias that's openly armed, funded, politically backed by a foreign government, a government that continues to supply who murder our people, who destroys our hospitals, who assault our children. As we speak, our hearts shattered not only for Sudan, but for what's happening right now across the Middle East. This week, we have watched more innocent people torn apart. We feel that pain, not as sympathy, but as kinship. Because when a mother in Gaza digs through rubble for her child, when a family in Lebanon buries their loved ones, when a hospital is bombed anywhere our heart breaks for them, as if they were our own. Their suffering is our suffering. Their cry is. We hold them in our hearts, not as distant victims, but as part of our. We wish for their safety with everything we have, because we know, more than most, that safety is the most precious thing on earth. To the families who are grieving tonight, to the children who fall asleep on the sounds of bombs, to the doctors who continue working on hospitals without electricity, supplies, or safety. We see your pain, we mourn with you, and we pray for your safety, because the suffering of civilians, whether in Sudan, in the Middle East, or anywhere else, should never become something the world grows used to. We are not numbers in the report. We are students. We are doctors. We are siblings. We are children and friends of you. We are your colleagues in IFMSA. We sit beside you every day. We have laughed with you, debated motions with you, and believed in global solidarity with you. Last time we spoke with you, we believed it included us. Today, we are still waiting for you to prove us right. We call upon every NMO, every individual in this room, not just as officials and representatives, but as fellow human beings with heartbeat, to speak, to act, to scream if you have to. Amplify the suffering and the resilience of the Sudanese people. Amplify the pain of our brothers, sisters. Amplify the pain of our brothers and sisters across the Middle East. Break the silence that has let this
Thank
continue.
you so much, Medicine Sudan. 5 minutes is up. We have one last speaker on the trigger warning speakers list. Please look at the last speaker. If you would like to leave the room, please do so. Okay, IFMSA LRA, you have 5 minutes, please.
Thank you. Dear NMOs, as we come to the close of this General Assembly, we cannot speak about the future of global health without confronting the reality
shaping sexual and reproductive health and rights today. Across many parts of the world, conflict and wars continue to devastate communities. In these contexts, sexual violence is not incidental. It is used deliberately as a weapon of war. It targets bodies, dignity, and entire communities, leaving survivors with profound physical and psychological consequences while health systems collapse around them. At the same time, beyond conflict zones, we are witnessing a growing and organized backlash against sexual and reproductive health and rights in the international policy spaces. Anti-rights movements are increasingly influencing negotiations, challenging evidence-based healthcare, and attempting to roll back progress that generations before us fought hard to secure. We must also acknowledge the consequences of shrinking global health funding. The recent cuts affecting key programs supported by the UNAIDS and partners are limiting access to life-saving HIV preventing tools such as pre-exposure prophylaxis for millions of people worldwide. At a time when prevention tools exist and scientific progress has brought us closer than ever to ending the HIV epidemic, reduced investment is threatening to widen inequalities and leave the most vulnerable communities behind. These parallel realities make one thing clear. Protecting and advancing sexual and reproductive health and rights, including HIV and AIDS, is not a theoretical discussion. It is an urgent global health and human rights priority. As medical students and future health professionals, we stand at the intersection of care, science, and advocacy. But civil society, unfortunately, cannot carry this responsibility alone. There's a pressing need for stronger collaboration with governments, international institutions, and healthcare systems to ensure that commitments made in global spaces are translated into actual protections, policies, and accessible services for those who need them the most. In a world where rights are increasingly contested and resources increasingly strained, our responsibility is not only to speak, but to actually stand firm, to collaborate, and to ensure that health systems uphold dignity, autonomy, and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is the end of the speakers list. I know that we do have a supper break, but I would like to finish this agenda point. We have two more things left for this agenda point. We did receive a regular motion, as you can see.
Okay, this is just for people that are fasting. This is a message for people that are fasting. Iftar is in 5 minutes, I was told. We may not be able to give the break for everyone just because we do want to finish this agenda point. And so only for people that are fasting, you may break your fast, tell your delegates to bring you food and water, but please keep silent during this process, okay? We're not stopping the plenary yet. I want to finish this agenda point beforehand, and unfortunately, we started late, and so the timing is now off. I apologize for that, but if you need to break your fast in 5 minutes, please have your delegate help out, bring you food and water. Thank you to everyone for your collaboration. I can't speak anymore. Can I just have a thumbs up for Zoom? Can someone from Zoom speak so that we see if we can hear you?
We can hear you.
Thank you so much. We will proceed then. Okay, can I please have some silence? Silence. Quiet. You can get food in silence as well. Thank you. Okay. So, quiet. Shh. Thank you so much. We have received regular motion number 82 to issue a letter of completion for the term 2024-2025 to IFMSA Vice President for members 2024-2025, Grace Nicole Huertas Vilca, proposed by the IFMSA Supervising Council. Would you like to explain? Yes, please go ahead.
Mati, he, him, Supervising Council. So as discussed in President sessions, we have submitted this motion to confirm the recommendations from the investigation report that was adopted by this GA as an annex to SUBCO report. So this is just a ratification of recommendations. Thank you.
Thank you, SUBCO. Once again, you can grab food in silence. Shh. Thank you so much. Okay, do we have a seconder? IFMSA Peru? Do we have any amendments? No? Direct negative? And then Portugal? Any alternative motions? No, in this case, we proceed directly to a vote. The vote is now open. Please vote. We will be closing the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It is now closed.
And so we have in favor 33, against 7, abstention 11, for a total of 51 votes. And so this motion passes with simple majority. And so we move on. This is the last speakers list in any other business before we take a break for dinner, supper. Anyone would like to be on the speakers list? CCC, VPA, okay, and then France for speakers list. This speakers list should not contain any trigger warnings. This speakers list should not contain any trigger warnings. Okay, anyone else that needs to be on the speakers list? Okay, MSC Libya. Anyone else would like to be on the speakers list? Once again, last speakers list for any other business. Agenda points. Maximum 5 minutes. And then we eat. Okay. CCC, please.
Okay. Are we audible? Okay. Dear NMOs, dear friends, as we approach to the end of this General Assembly, we as CCC would like to take a moment to share a few reflections. Often the CCC mostly remembered for explaining the motion maze, ruling on validities or invalidities, and providing interpretations of constitution and bylaws. While these responsibilities are essential part of our mandate, we recognize that outcomes of such decisions may not always align with everyone's expectations and may sometimes lead to frustration. In this regard, we would like to gently remind everyone that the CCC exists to safeguard the integrity of our procedures and ensure that the governing documents of the Federation are applied fairly and consistently. It is our responsibility to provide impartial interpretations and support the General Assembly in functioning according to these rules.
Throughout this General Assembly, we have encountered various challenges, including instances of aggressive and violent communication and several cases of raised voices at CCC members. We would like to kindly remind everyone of the importance of maintaining respectful and non-violent communication. We do not lose anything through polite interactions, and a respectful environment helps all of us work together more effectively.
Additionally, we would like to highlight the last-minute approaches to complex procedural questions can be particularly challenging. Many of the matters brought to the CCC require time to review relevant documents, time to discuss internally, time to ensure quorum and reach a majority decision. While we always strive to respond as quickly as possible, we appreciate your understanding that thorough and careful consideration is necessary, as there could be far-reaching implications of our work, and we may not always have immediate answers ready at the top of our heads.
At the same time, we would like to express our sincere appreciation for several very positive aspects of this General Assembly. We are grateful for the respect shown towards the CCC's interpretation and decisions, particularly the trust demonstrated by not overruling us. We also greatly appreciate those who reached out to us for guidance, as well as the constructive collaboration between NMOs, the Executive Board, officials, Supervising Council, and the Plenary team. Your cooperation has helped ensure that all bodies received the support they needed in a timely manner.
So thank you all for contributing to the functioning of this General Assembly meeting and for your continued commitment to the Federation. CCC you invalid settings. CCC what I did there. So kind regards.
Thank you so much, CCC. IFMSA VPA, 5 minutes maximum, please.
Okay. Dearest NMOs, it took 7 long calls to finalize the entire plenary team and the Constitutional Credential Committee for this General Assembly. These teams dedicate significant time, energy, and care to ensure that our plenaries run smoothly and that our processes remain fair, transparent, and aligned with our constitution and bylaws. Their work is often behind the scenes and unfortunately often underappreciated. It is therefore upsetting to witness the mistreatment that some members of these teams have experienced during this General Assembly, particularly the experience of the CCC. These groups play a fundamental role in safeguarding our democratic space and supporting the functioning of our highest decision-making body. While disagreements are natural and expected in a democratic environment, they should always be expressed with respect and in alignment with our fundamental values and code of conduct. Additionally, I would like to clarify that the use of my name and position as statement without my consent, particularly in a context directed against the CCC, is something I strongly disagree with and do not appreciate. It goes against our values fundamentally. It is important that all of us ensure that statements and positions attributed to individuals accurately reflect their views and are shared with their knowledge and consent. Finally, I would like to sincerely thank the CCC and the plenary team for their dedication, professionalism, and resilience through this General Assembly. Working with them has been a joy, a pleasure, and their commitment to the Federation is truly appreciated. I hope that moving forward, we continue strengthening a culture of respect and collaboration while working together toward a shared promise of efficient, constructive, and timely plenaries in future General Assemblies. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Anne France, 5 minutes maximum. You don't want to speak? Okay, we'll take Anne France off the speakers list. A reminder, this is the last speakers list in the any other business. LMSA Libya, could you please raise your voting card so we see you? You have a total of 5 minutes.
Dear IFMSA family, first we extend our sincere gratitude to the OC and to the IFMSA TO for their tremendous efforts and dedication that made this assembly a truly successful and memorable experience. The work and energy you poured into this event reflects the spirit of commitment and collaboration in which our federation is built. At MM26, we gathered not only as medical students from different countries, but as members of global community united by one goal, serving humanity and promoting health and human dignity. Over these past days, we exchanged knowledge, shared ideas, and built bridges of cooperation and friendship that will extend far beyond this assembly. For us, in IFMSA Libya, participation in this assembly has not been without challenges. Our members faced multiple pressures and obstacles, particularly within our region, the Imar. At times, we encountered marginalization, exclusion, and behaviors that did not reflect the ethical values that IFMSA standards for, including instances of mockery and the undermining of our efforts. Yet, these challenges did not deter us. On the contrary, they strengthened our resolve to continue participating, learning, and contributing. IFMSA's spirit is larger than any individual's actions and stronger than any difficult moments. We would also like to emphasize that every delegation and every region within this federation has the right to be respected, heard, and represented fairly. It's our right and our responsibility to respond and defend our realities, our communities, and our values when necessary. In such moments, we are reminded of the importance of preserving the spirit of IFMSA, a spirit of solidarity, mutual respect, and shared purpose. This is what makes Federation more than a student organization. It's a global community that believes cooperation and dialogue are the path toward a better future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So with this, the speakers list has been closed. We will now take a break for supper, but before you move, reminder that you will lose your voting rights if you don't give back your voting cards to the CCC. Please look at them waving at you so happily. You have to bring your voting cards back to them. Thank you so much. You have to come back at your seat in 1 hour. 1 hour. 7:05 p.m. local time or 6:05 GMT. And there is a announcement by LSR.
Hi everyone, if you had ordered exchange certificates, please come and get them. They are over there, but you have to inform us, don't just take them away. Let us know that you're here and you want to take your certificates because you have to sign. But it's very important, it's the last day, we can't carry them around anymore. Please just come get them. We have sent the list of the NMOs that have requested certificates in the WhatsApp group, so you know who you are. Just come and take the certificates. Thank you.
The plenary only has, let me tell you, we have one motion for CCC and one motion to adjourn the meeting. That's it. There's probably 2 or 3, but they are only 2 minutes each. I don't expect it to go overboard, but what you could do is delegate them to go and then have them come back. And you can have a head of delegation here to stay.
Because people so scared. And if they don't want to freeze, then they should also close the door when they go out instead of leaving it open.
Another announcement, the CCC has
Did you share? Is it shared? The report.
the CCC will be sharing their final report in a few minutes. Please have a little read on it before we get into the next agenda point. Also, people that are going in and out of this room, if you leave the door open, you are going to freeze. So, if you're leaving the space, I suggest you to close the doors behind you. Thank you.
My certificates, my certificates, I have. I think 50 public something like that. Each people is held. They have 30. Yeah, I already have like. Regarding like by teacher of one of my delegates that I have. I don't have. Okay. Thank you. Okay. You are the one delegate.
¿Qué buscas? ¿Hablas español? Sí. Creo que sí. ¿De dónde eres? Argentina. Pues para enchufar el móvil y el ordenador. I forgot my phone. Ah, dos cosas. Is that in? Sí. Ya lo sé. Toma la memoria. Ahora los smartphones. Vale. Thank you. Can you let the president back? I should. Yes.
I love that you guys made an anniversary last March.
You can go to the back there. Where did we before? With Paula. Yes. Yes. Now you remember. Yes. You know, Iris. Iris is mi amiga. So I met Paula through Iris. And I was animal president when Paula started becoming political. See. Now, Paula's it's the same time. Managing TO and I'm no longer an oh, that is singular. I stopped working as an that is great. And I also take SSRIs. This is why never antidepressants. I know they are kind but in Canada. Yes, right. Yes. Associates and yes, it is. Language values. That oh, this is more. Enjoy the rest of it. Thanks. See you around. Me too. At least you're
Sono juristi.
Hi everyone, again for the certificates. Portugal, IFMSA, IFMSA Peru, Mexico, Libya, Iraq, Morocco, Rwanda, Panama, Morocco again. That's it. If you heard your animal or your country, please come.
I don't know. I still don't know the university Einstein here.
Alpha? Sara? Sara Galal. I don't know.
Siente el tembleque, teque, 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 teque. Siente el tembleque, teque, 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 siente el tembleque, teque, 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 siente el tembleque, teque, 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 siente el tembleque, siente el tembleque.
Não tem fé, se não tem fé. Não também ama ser medo de confiar. Não era mais visão. Olhar de nós criança, pra tornar brilhar de inocência. E na mente detalhada, temporal talvez da mais nada.
Tempi amore, me diverti e nelle realtà too much.
Não tem fé, se não tem fé. Não também ama ser medo de confiar. Não era mais visão. Olhar de nós criança, pra tornar brilhar de inocência. E na mente detalhada, temporal talvez da mais nada.
Tempi amore, me diverti e nelle realtà too much. Tempi amore, me diverti e nelle realtà too much.
Yo no lo sé, yo no lo sé. Yo no lo sé. Boa noite, povo, que eu cheguei. Mais outra vez apresenta meu baianá. Eu vou cantar com muita alegria. Vou apresentar essas baianas da Maria. Boa noite, povo, que eu cheguei.
I will.
Sore. Pequeno.
You light a match and call it small talk. I laugh like I don't feel the flame. Coffee's gone cold in my head now, but my pulse don't act the same. Your eyes say maybe my say now, so I stir my words, let them cool somehow. I've been the storm that came too soon. I've seen the bloom die under the moon, so I'm keeping it cool, like ice on my tongue, letting the movement hang on the sun. I won't chase the spark, I'll let it fall, 'cause fire that waits burns waste the fall. I'm just trying not to overflow. I brush before I spill the wine. This time I'll sip slow, keep the line. Yeah, I'm keeping it cool, like ice on my tongue, letting the movement hang on the sun. I won't chase the spark, I'll let it fall, 'cause fire that waits burns best of all.
Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Me miran bailando y se les pone nadie. Con mi movimiento de safari. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Y tú sabes, no pierdas el tiempo. Dale, vente, pégate lento. Bueno, dale, no pierdas el tiempo. Esta noche me puse feliz. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Me miran bailando y se les pone nadie. Con mi movimiento de safari. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Y tú sabes, no pierdas el tiempo. Dale, vente, pégate lento. Bueno, dale, no pierdas el tiempo. Esta noche me puse feliz. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Mira, bailando y se les pone nadie. Con mi movimiento de safari. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Y tú sabes, no pierdas el tiempo. Dale, vente, pégate lento. No, dale, no pierdas el tiempo. Esta noche me puse feliz. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Me miran bailando y se les pone nadie. Con mi movimiento de safari. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Y tú sabes, no pierdas el tiempo. Dale, vente, pégate lento. Bueno, dale, no pierdas el tiempo. Esta noche me puse feliz. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Me miran bailando y se les pone nadie. Con mi movimiento de safari. Todo pendiente de mí en el party. Y tú sabes, no pierdas el tiempo. Dale, vente, pégate
Hi everyone, please slowly go back to your seats. We will be starting soon.
searching for your love all my life. I've been craving for your touch all my life. I've been asking up above for my life, all my life, all my life. I've been searching for your love all my life. I've been craving for your touch all my life. I've been asking up above for my life.
Please make your way back to your seats. If you don't get back to your seats, you may not have time for closing ceremony. For you to get back and come back, for you to get back to the hostel and come back here. Please come back to your seats. The longer this takes, the shorter time between plenary and closing ceremony, the less time you have to get ready. I take no responsibility if you're late for closing ceremonies. It's a choice that you are making right now by not going back to your seats.
I've been craving for your touch all my life. I've been asking up above for my life, all my life, all my life. Searching for your love all my life.
Please stop the music. Can we stop the music?
Thank you. That's it. Cameo. Did everyone get their voting card? If not, please wave aggressively. If you did not get your voting card, wave aggressively. No. Everybody got their voting cards. Okay. Do we have four? Okay, silence. Quiet, 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 quiet in the hall, please. I will not proceed if I don't have silence. And I am happy to call you out if you're still talking to your neighbors. Okay, thank you so much. So before we proceed, we got several requests of speakers list, okay? I would just like to let you know we will do a few speakers list rounds, and then we'll open the agenda for the CCC report. And then we have also a procedure motion to adjourn the meeting. With that being said, this is the only remaining moment during the GA last plenary to have a speakers list. There are several. We will try to group them in themes. As we are now outside of the any other business agenda point, we would like to not have statements longer than 2 minutes as usual. Okay. I will let you know the theme of each of the speakers lists, but just presenting here, agenda item 41, adoption of the final report of the Constitution Credential Committee. Now we open the speakers list. There will be 3 in total for now. I do not want more than this number. After the speakers lists are done, we will have the motion for the final report of the CCC and then the procedural motion to adjourn the meeting. So once again, if you want to be on a speakers list, these are the last few that you can. Okay. So the first one is the general one. The second one can contain trigger warning. And the third one is more of a general thank you. Does that make sense? So the first one, general, any topic possible. Second one is a possible trigger warning if ever we need to. And then this third one is the overall thank you, last statement type of thing. Is that clear how I'd like to group these? Okay, I hope it is. Thank you. Okay, so the first speakers list, very general topics. Who would like to be on this? This is IFMSA TO. This is ANEM France. Okay, anyone else who would like to be on this general speakers list? TO wants to be last. Anyone else wants to be on this general speakers list? Anyone else who would like to be on this general speakers list? Okay, so before we start the speakers list and go on, if we finish on time, meaning within, let's say, the hour or so, we will maybe do a small roll call and fun emotions, but we will rediscuss that when we get there. This is for
VPPRC.
VPPRC would like to be on the speakers list. Can I have the confirmation if VPPRC wants to be on the speakers list?
Can I have a point of information?
I can't hear.
Can I have a point of information?
Okay, VPA, point of information.
Can we be on the speaker list twice, STO?
No. That's why I opened multiple speakers list.
Okay, then it will be on VPPRC.
Okay, IFMC VPPRC. Does TO still want to be last? Okay, so order will be Anne France, VPPRC, and then TO. General speakers list. Anyone else would like to be on it? No? Okay, Anne France, you have 2 minutes, please.
Dear IFMSA family, this statement is on behalf of ANEM France, NSMA Norway, MSA Estonia, IFMSA Czech Republic, AECS Catalonia, FMS Taiwan, DENEM Brazil, FIMSIG Finland, ALM Luxembourg, ELMSIG Greece, and other NMOs that wish to raise their voting card in support. I am speaking as a medical student, as a woman, and mainly as a human like we all are. As you may know, on the 8th of March is International Women's Day. All around the world, this day is an occasion not to let anyone forget that equal rights are demanded, as well as equal justice to exercise and enjoy those rights. Those rights are keeping with primary needs and fundamental areas of women's life, such as safety, health, work, family, etc. What does the current situation look like? As I'm talking to you, women only have 64% of the legal rights that men hold worldwide, according to the UN data. Do you know how long it would take to close legal protection gaps if progress continues at its current pace? 286 years, still according to the UN. Do we all want to wait 286 years for equity and justice? This is why this day is important. When all of us do not have the possibility to do so, it is important for those for whom it is possible to talk about women's rights, talk about the progress that has been made, tackle all the struggles that are left. The overall impact can be greater than we all think. Even in countries that have made a lot of progress regarding equity and equality, there is still a lot of work to do when we are not there yet. There is one thing that we all have to keep in mind. The 8th of March is one day that aims to shine a light on a fight that has to be consistent and permanent, whether it is to be respected and listened to get the rights we rightfully deserve, to make sure that rights that women theoretically have are respected, valued, and implemented, and to protect women's rights from any moving back, as women's rights must not be threatened anymore. Thank you.
Thank you. Right on time.
VPPRC.
2 minutes.
Dear NMOs, you may notice what happened on 30th September and 1st October 2025 when our IFMSA Google Group server went down and it took almost 24 hours to recover. During that time, many of our communications posts, emails stopped flowing, conversations slowed, and suddenly we were reminded how much our federations depends on the digital infrastructure. These moments also reminds us of something deeper. Every email we send, every file we store, every online meeting we host, increasingly, every AI-generated output rely on energy-intensive systems such as data centers, cloud storage, and computational power. In other words, our digital activities also carry an environmental footprint. From the PR and communication perspective, sustainability therefore includes how we communicate, store information, and use digital technology responsibly. IFMSA has already taken steps in this direction. Since August meeting 2017, the Go Green initiative encouraged members to consider the environment before printing emails. Today, our updated email signature message, "Every byte counts," in reducing our environmental footprint, reflects a broader understanding of sustainability in the digital age. As new tools such as AI become part of our communication and advocacy work, it is important that we use them mindfully, transparently, and responsibly, ensuring that innovation supports meaningful impact while minimizing unnecessary digital load. As IFMSA enters in next 75 years, our commitment to planetary health should also be reflected in our digital behavior, because sustainability today is not only about the physical footprints we leave, but also the digital ones. Thank you.
IFMSA 2 minutes, please.
Dear IFMSA family, as we're gathered here today, a day before the eve of International Women's Day, we're reminded that for us as women to stand here, to speak, and to be heard, countless women before us had to fight, defend, and sacrifice. Generations of women gave all of themselves so that we could have access to rights that should have always been unquestioned. Their courage carved the path we walk today. As women in leadership within IFMSA, we know that our roles are more than just titles. They are a testament to the glass ceilings we continue to shatter in a field that has not always made room for us. We lead not just for ourselves, but for every medical student who has ever doubted her voice, and for every patient whose health is tied to the progress of gender equity. And yet, our journey is far from over. Around the world, women and girls still face barriers that silence their voices, limit their opportunities, and challenge their autonomy. There is more work to be done, more progress to be made, and more advocacy to continue. So let us not forget to keep fighting, keep trying, and keep raising our voices for fairness, equality, and a rightful place in society. Let us honor the women who came before us by refusing to stand still. Let our leadership be the bridge between the struggles of the past and the future, where every woman has the right to lead, to heal, and to thrive. Be the change you want to see in the world, because every step you take forward becomes the path for those who will follow. Happy International Women's Day. Together we will rise.
Thank you so much. So this speakers list is now closed. Request for another speakers list. This can be trigger warning. It can be anything else as well. But the last one is going to be the one only for thank you and kind words.
But you have two thank yous. We have quorum.
IFMSA TO.
You can't be on the same speakers list twice.
Yes, yes.
This one is the next.
We don't have quorum on either.
Assignment.
I signed.
You have quorum.
Okay. So nobody wants to be. Oh, yes. Association with Tunisia. Take out IFMSA TO. They don't want anymore. Oh, you do want? Last. Okay. Is that okay with you, Association with Tunisia? Yeah, okay. Who else would like to be on the speakers list? Reminder, this can be a trigger warning, this can be anything else, but then the third speakers list is the one only for thank yous. Is there any trigger warning in yours, Association with Tunisia? No? Okay, thank you. Anyone else would like to be on this speakers list, knowing that the next one is the last one? No? Okay. Association with Tunisia, please, you have 2 minutes. Shh.
Dear animals, on behalf of Association Tunisia, IFMSA Spain, LEMSEC Lebanon, IFMSA Egypt, DENIM Brazil, MMSA Malta, LEMSA Norway, and any other animal who raises his voting card. Over the past few days, many of us have taken the microphone to raise concerns, to question processes, and to ensure that our federation continues to improve. This is an important part of our accountability, and it shows that we care deeply about IFMSA and the direction it's taken. But today, we would like to invite us to do something slightly different. In 2011, Eric Hall said that we are in fact training the future leaders of our national medical profession. If that is the case, and we truly believe that it is, then this plenary should not be only a place where we address challenges, but also a place where we highlight the impact we are creating together. Because what we do here matters. Every initiative shared in this GA has the potential to inspire another animal. Every story of success can become a model for someone else to replicate. Every idea exchanged between delegates can turn into collaboration that reaches students and communities far beyond this hall. So today, Rather than focusing on what could be better, we would like to encourage animals to come forward and share something positive. Share a project you are proud of. Share a moment where IFMSA made a difference in your community. Share something that reminds us why we chose to be here. Let us make the plenary not only a place of discussion, but also a space for inspiration. Let's make these plenaries a place where a first-timer feels the IFMSA spirit the moment they walk through the door. Because sometimes the most powerful way to strengthen our federation is simply to remind each other of the incredible things we are already achieving together. Thank you.
Thank you so much. IFMSA TO.
Dear IFMSA family, as we come to the end of this truly special 75th General Assembly March meeting, we wish to take a moment to reflect and look forward. We would like to start by thanking our amazing plenary team, CCC and FC, Cameo Fereshte, Azo, Mohammed, Caroline, Hamza, Ron, Valerie, Sarah, Reem, Jasmine, Dua, Mohammed, Ida, Sumeda, Hauka, Lieke, Amer, Felix, Melike, Dianta, Kenneth, Anina, Omar, Pani, Mustafa, and Laura. Thank you for your leadership and passion in upholding the integrity of our democratic values and finances, and leading us through hours of plenaries and through all corners of the motion maze. Your patience, clarity, and dedication ensure that everyone had the opportunity to be heard and that our decision-making processes remain transparent and fair. We also want to extend our gratitude to all sessions teams, support persons, and program representatives. Thank you for all the hours of work, the innovative ideas, and the commitment to creating a safe, inspiring, and engaging environment for all participants. We also thank our alumni for joining us to celebrate IFMSA. Whether your last General Assembly was 3 or 30 years ago, we hope your return to this community is meaningful. Your journeys, wisdom, and continued passion remind us that IFMSA is not just one moment in our life, it's a lifelong connection. However, we also want to look ahead at the work that is still there, be it through the online standing committee sessions, through the projects and partnerships that began here, and through all the ideas that you will take back to your NMOs. The future of IFMSA is not far away. It begins with what each of us does after this week, and we look forward to what the next 75 years of IFMSA will bring. And this is not a goodbye from us, it's a see you soon. With gratitude and pride from your IFMSA team of officials 25 to 26. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. You did not see anything happen on the screen. Okay.
They can't see the password anyway.
Okay. Thank you so much. We will move on to the last speakers list. Number 38. This is the last one and only for thank yous. Only nice ones are accepted here. Okay. So there's many, and I know that people will always want to be the last one speaking, so I'll try to accommodate. So Limsic Lebanon, are you okay with going first? And then Zimza Zimbabwe, would you be okay with going second? Is that okay? Okay. And then Tio and IX Catalonia. And IFMSA Sweden. Okay, 1 second, 1 second. Can I put IX Catalonia third? Is that okay with you? IFMSA Sweden fourth. And then this is IFMSA TO.
We want to add EB elect. IFMC TO does not need to go last. We'll give it to an animal.
You can also give it to the chairperson.
Oh,
Is that
yeah,
okay?
sorry.
Thank you. Okay. But EB elect and TO.
Yes.
Okay. Sapko. Oof, so popular. Okay. Sapko, are you okay with going after? Where do you want to go, Sapko? So Sapko after FMC Sweden. Okay, last one on the speakers list is chairperson. Thank you.
He's doing. It's sassy.
Okay, so in this case, Lemsek Lebanon, please, 2 minutes. Thank you.
Okay, so
And
dear
silent, please. Silent, 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 silent. Thank you. Go ahead, sorry.
Dear Chair, dear team of officials, dear delegates, before we close this General Assembly, we would like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude to everyone who made it to March meeting 2026 possible. First, we would like to thank the organizing committee and IMCC Denmark for welcoming us so warmly to Copenhagen and for creating the space that allowed this General Assembly to happen. Hosting hundreds of medical students from all around the world is not a small task. It requires months of preparation, countless hours of work, and an incredible level of dedication behind the scenes. Your effort, hospitality, and commitment did not go unnoticed, and we are deeply grateful for everything you have done. We would also like to extend our appreciation to the team of officials and to the executive board for guiding the federation and ensuring that this General Assembly could function smoothly and meaningfully. Your leadership, patience, and hard work throughout these intense days are truly appreciated. Our thanks also go to the Constitution and Credentials Committee for safeguarding the integrity of our processes and ensuring that our discussions and decisions remain aligned with the principles of our federation. And of course, we want to thank the plenary team and the chair for navigating long sessions, complex discussions, and countless procedures, while keeping the space respectful, structured, and functional for all of us. Over the past days in Copenhagen, we shared ideas, debates, laughter, and difficult conversations, but above all, we shared something that makes IFMSA truly special. The realization that despite coming from different countries, cultures, realities, we are united by a common purpose to serve our communities and improve global health. As we now prepare to leave Copenhagen and return to our homes, we carry with us not only the outcomes of this General Assembly, but also friendships, memories, inspiration that this week has given us. And from Beirut, we sincerely hope that the next time we meet again at a General Assembly, it will be under calmer skies and better times. Until then, thank you once again to the organizing committee, IMCC Denmark, the team of officials, the executive board, the CCC, the
Thank
plenary
you
team,
so
and every
much.
person who
2
contributed to
minutes
making
is
this
bad.
week possible.
Thank you. Thank you. Next, we have Zimza Zimbabwe, please, 2 minutes.
Thank you so much, Chair. Dear IFMSA family, on behalf of our region, I stand before you today to express our deepest gratitude. We want to thank IFMSA for consistently providing us with a platform, not just for advocates, but a space where we truly learn, grow, and be mentored by the best among us. Hosting the March meeting 2026 in our region, 2027 in our region is a significant milestone. It is a testament for the organization's genuine commitment to equal opportunities and inclusivity. It shows that every voice, regardless of geography, has a home in this federation. We are incredibly grateful for support we have received during our preparations to ensure the upcoming March meeting. We would like to extend our special thanks and heartfelt thank you to the team of officials for visionary leadership and mentorship that empowers us to be leaders for tomorrow. To the SUFCO for intelligent oversight for being the guardians of our federation's integrity. To the CCC for wisdom, ensuring that our processes remain fair and transparent for all. To the plenary team for tireless energy for guiding us through these sessions and making our voices heard. Our hearts are full as we look back to the first 5 days. As a massive thank you to IMCC Denmark for gracing us with hospitality and taking such incredible care of us. You haven't just hosted a meeting, you have helped us create a lifelong memories, lasting relationship, and a true sense of family. As we move forward, let us carry the spirit of this meeting with us, mindful of our history, our impact, and the family we have built here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Alex Catalonia, please, 2 minutes.
Dear IFMSA family, it is with a heavy heart that we are reaching the last hours of the March meeting General Assembly 2026. These past days have been a roller coaster of emotions for all of us. And the living image of that federation, put put all of their efforts into making sure this GA was successfully carried out. We would like to thank all the individuals that have made it possible for our plenaries to be as efficient as possible, even if our or IFMSA Spain's direct negative points of order or the people upstairs and in the back did not always make it easy for you. Thank you to our amazing secretary, Aso, and assistant secretaries, Dua, Carolina, Hansa, Ruan, Mohamed, Valerie, and Reem. To the amazing and very fast returning officers, Mohamed, Ida, Dua, Sumida, Hoki, and Liki. Thank you to the support for the supportive CCC, Amr, Felix, Maliki, and the Anthem. And to our financial committee, Anina, Omar, Plani, Mustafa, and Laura, you're the best. To all the members of the plenary team who volunteered to take upon the task, we sincerely thank you and send you lots of consensual hugs. You were pivotal in making this possible. We would not have had a greater team to lead the spaces and the decisions that will change the course of our future. An immense thank you to Cameo and Fer for standing as chair and vice chair and leading us through this General Assembly in Copenhagen, despite all the obstacles, and remaining as calm and kind throughout the plenaries. Thank you for all your patience and dedication. We extend our gratitude to the EBTO for this term. Although many challenges were faced, we hope it was filled with thrill and delight, and that you are as proud as we are of the work that you've done for the past months. To the OC, many thanks for putting together this GA, despite all the trials and found along the way. Thank you for organizing the celebration for our 75th anniversary of the IFMSA and creating
Thank
such
you.
wonderful memories for all of us.
2 minutes are up. Thank you so much. IFMSA Sweden, please.
Thank you. Dear IFMSA family, the statements on behalf of IFMSA Sweden, IFMSA Denmark, IFMSA Norway, IFMSA Estonia, IFMSA Czech Republic, IFMSA Spain, IFMSA Luxembourg, and in Portugal, IFMSA Greece, IFMSA Lithuania, IFMSA Iceland, and Brazil. It is with a heavy heart that we are reaching our last moments of the 75th General Assembly March meeting 2026 in Copenhagen, Denmark. The country of breathtaking nature and vibrant culture. It has been an incredible privilege to witness the passion and dedication that everyone has brought to this General Assembly. Although some days were tiring and long, we are very proud of having meaningful discussion, valuable insights, and friends for life. We would like to extend our deepest gratitude and sincerely thank the organizing committee for their dedication and hard work. Your passion, commitment, and organizing the GA have shown us for one more time how strong and united we are, and we are truly grateful for your work. Thank you. We do also extend our heartfelt thanks to the Executive Board and teams of officials for their unwavering support, guidance, and dedication throughout this term. Your leadership has been shaping our journey. Special thanks to the SubCo for your steadfast oversight, invaluable guidance, and continuous support. We would also like to thank the individuals who have been part of the plenary team and CCC for their work, coordination, and behind-the-scenes efforts. Without every single one of you, this would never have been possible, and the experience would not have been the same. Last but not least, let us not forget our members whom we have lost during conflicts. Their sacrifice reminds us of the true cause of peace and strengthens our commitment to building a better future for all. To you, our colleagues, those who fight every day and those who are no longer with us, we will continue. Thank you very much.
Thank you. IFMSA SubCo.
Dear IFMSA family, we wanted to say thank you. Thank you to the EI for their consistent efforts in guiding this federation. Thank you to the plenary teams for their time and dedication to support democratic processes in our federation. Thank you to the OC for their continuous efforts in ensuring our well-being, providing us with logistics and taking care of us in Copenhagen.
We also extend a special thank you to our alumni who graced the special GA with their presence and offered us their guidance and wisdom. The General Assembly, as the highest decision-making authority of our federation, and all the diverse, enthusiastic delegates that we welcome to this space, have kept the wheels of this federation turning for 75 years, and we hope for many more to come.
And at the end, thank you to the NMOs, to our members, to every delegate who joined this General Assembly. You are the core of our federation. You are the reason we are all here, and you are what makes all of this matter. You are IFMSA. Thank you.
Thank you. IFMSA TO.
Dear IF Okay. Dear IFMSA family, as we come to the end of this special 75th General Assembly, we wish to take a moment to reflect and look forward. For the past 75 years, IFMSA has brought together generations of medical students from across the globe. IFMSA has always been more than an organization. It's a transgenerational community, a family. In its past and present, IFMSA has shown us that an organization means nothing without its people. We would like to thank those without whom none of this past week would have been possible, the organizing committee and assisting committee, Andreas, Julie, Annette, Rasmus, Richard, Clara, Laura, Uffe, Olin, Catherine, Jonathan, Emil, Louis, Sini, Anina, Leza, and Anne, and all the volunteers who stood beside you, have spent months ensuring that this meeting could happen. Much of your work is invisible to the participants. While we experienced the discussions, the learning, and the friendships formed during these days, you have been working behind the scenes through late nights, early mornings, endless messages, and constant logistical challenges. From managing hundreds of registrations to attending to logistical and technical issues, answering our questions and providing support throughout, from rebuilding the plenary room to ensuring the venue was clean after our departure and ready for the next day, from organizing daily social programs to finally coordinating an unforgettable anniversary dinner, you really shaped the General Assembly. We truly appreciate your hard work and efforts, and we are so glad that you hosted us in the birthplace of IFMSA. We hope that 2 days from now you will finally get some well-deserved rest. A huge applause for the OC and AC. Our heartfelt gratitude goes out to you, our members and NMOs. Your passion, engagement, and commitment are the foundation of everything IFMSA stands for. It's your energy, your ideas, and your belief in change that keep this federation vibrant and meaningful. This community is unique, and we hope that each of you carries that feeling home with you, with gratitude and pride from your IFMSA 2026.
IFMSA EB elect.
Yes, it doesn't work. Yes. You can share. Yeah. Each one of us is a part. Yeah, can you? These are not paragraphs.
Dear delegates, national member organizations, and alumni, dear 75th EB and TO, on behalf of the Executive Board elect for the 2026-2027 term, we stand before you with a profound sense of humility and responsibility for the new role we were elected for, and the legacy of all those who held these positions before us for 75 years now. We wish to extend our deepest gratitude to every national member organization for the trust, the confidence, and the support you have shown us throughout this election process. To be chosen to lead this federation is an extraordinary honor, and it's a responsibility we do not take lightly. We promise to do our best to be up to expectations.
As individuals and as a team, the 76th EB elect has set one focus in mind. Our members and medical students will be the forefront of our focus, and that will not change. Nevertheless, for the sake of transparent communication, we acknowledge the vacant position of President-elect. We understand the concerns that this may cause. Please be assured that we are committed to be working closely with the current EB and the NMOs to ensure the smoothest transition and restoring a full EB elect as soon as possible.
And as we now officially transition into our elect term, we view this period not only as one of preparation, but as a time for active listening and deep reflection. Our team is stepping into these roles with a shared vision to serve with this global community with passion, professional responsibility, and transparency.
The 2026-27 term will undoubtedly bring its own set of unique challenges, but it also presents an opportunity for us to strengthen our internal foundations and reinforce the bond that unites us. We are inspired by the dedication seen here at March Meeting 2026, and we are eager to channel that energy into a year of resilience, accountability, and meaningful process. Thank you for your trust, your patience, and your continued
Thank you,
effort.
EV elect. Thank you. Time is up. Okay. Well, thank you for leaving me the honors of speaking one last time in front of you as part of the speakers list. So, dear IFMSA family, what a journey it has been. We have reached the end of Plenary 6 at the 75th IFMSA General Assembly, March meeting 2026. I still remember attending my first IFMSA in-person GA at MM22. Discovering plenaries was the most confusing moment of my life. I did not understand a single thing and was wondering why we had to revote on things. You likely had the same reaction as me. But it's because of these 7 days that I became invested in IFMSA. I became an NMO president and proposed CCPs and BCPs. I became the VPMGA and met my best friends in IFMSA who somehow became quite important people here. I fell more and more in love with the procedural aspect of a federation, the debating and discussing motions and navigating the maze. I chaired several America's regional plenaries and ventured into the big, scary General Assembly as plenary chairperson at MM25, saying this was my last GA, but here I am again. My message to you is that plenaries are an aspiring place where people thrive, grow, and learn. My goal as chairperson was to show you that plenaries are not just long hours. It is the highest decision-making space of our federation. It is where you make your voices heard, where you share your opinions and thoughts to be heard by medical students around the world. I hope you enjoyed your time at this GA, that you learned, laughed, and made friends along the way, writing statements and discussing reports together. Finally, I had the pleasure of leading a team of amazing people. My plenary team who are so good at what they do: Fed, Aso, Mohammed, Caroline, Hamza, Rawan, Valerie, Sarah, Jasmine, Dua, Abuelo, Aida, Sumedha, Hawke, and Like. And also to my CCC team, Felix, Amer, Dienta, Malike, and Kenneth, who I love discussing interpretations with. Thank you to the TO and SUBCO for their support and collaboration, and thank you to the OC for all your help. We could not be here without you. Thank you for your trust once again, and I hope to see you soon somewhere around the world. Thank you very much. And so I know we're all excited. We have 2 more motions here. So, regular motion number 83. To adopt the final report of the Constitution Credential Committee of the 75th General Assembly March meeting 2026 as last shared on the NMO server. This was proposed by the IFMSA Executive Board. Would you like to explain? No? Do we have a seconder? Alem Luxembourg. Do we have any amendments? No amendments? Do we have direct negative? Shocking. Okay. Bill Armenia. Don't boo your colleagues, eh? Okay. Alternative motions? No, so we will proceed to a vote. Please log in to Nemo Vote and stay on Nemo Vote. Okay, you can vote in silence. If you're speaking, it means you're done voting. Okay, so that means I will close the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Vote is closed. So we have in favor 47, against 5, abstention 2. So this means the motion passes with simple majority. Congratulations. We proceed with agenda item 42, adjournment of the meeting. So we have received a procedural motion number 12 to adjourn the 75th General Assembly, March meeting 2026. This is proposed by the IFMSA EB. You have to explain.
Yes. It's time to see you in August in Kazakhstan. So let's close this one and open the next one.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder? So, as a tradition, I'm taking the host of the next GA, KazMSA, Kazakhstan. This is a procedural motion. We will open the vote now. Please vote. Please vote for one last time. Okay, we will close the vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So we have in favor 48, against 10, abstention 2. And so this means the motion passes with 2/3 majorities. Congratulations. And so it is local time
Point of
8:05 p.m.
Point of information.
You don't need points of information anymore. We're outside of the plenary. We want to take a picture?
We closed this plenary 12 hours earlier than AM 25. Congratulations!
Okay, that is wild. I cannot imagine. Okay, thank you so much for everyone's patience and collaboration. We do have some funny motions. You don't need to stay if you don't want to. If you want to prepare for the closing, feel free to do so. But if you're leaving, please give back your voting cards to the CCC as well as the returning officers. If you want to stay, please remain seated. We'll just take some pictures with the plenary team. No, return your voting cards because the funny motions, you can be anything you want to be. You don't need to have your voting cards for it.
What?
I don't take jokes with voting cards because you lose your voting rights.